Welcome into the Fanspeak Network. I'm your host, Justin Bruni. Not joining me, as always, is the TD King. He is on vacation this week. So, captain, my captain, Megan, how are we doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, let the guy, he deserves a vacay. He's in chat already, though, so he can't get enough of us. And we got our matching Fanspeak shirts on. I love it. And yeah, so Andrew, hope you're having fun. Thanks for still joining us in the chat. And yeah, I'm just ready to try to snipe Justin on Panthers and Titans exposure. Okay. Since we're both obsessed with getting that, and do as many Seinfeld quotes with you as I possibly can. So that's my goal.
Fair enough. Hey, those are all good things that I'm going to get behind. That's just fine because I need to slow down on some Titans and some Panthers. That's a fact. I've been using the best ball overlay tool quite a bit, trying to slow myself down. In that time, I've still taken, a lot of self-guilt built towards it, but some Adam Thielen, as my 7th, 8th receiver. It's still hard not to do.
I won't be as hard as Andrew is on you.
No, it's okay. That's okay. I mean, we're feeling his, he deserves a vacation. Let's relax. All right. We fill this guy's head even more than it needs to be. No, I've still been grabbing some, but I've definitely taken less, getting off of Deontay Johnson, been taking a ton of him. Haven't taken Bryce Young in a while, regardless, even when I
haven't either, actually.
Yeah. But I mean, I still have plenty of time. So, pairing him up with whether it's late round Jatavian, Thielen, Johnson, Chuba, whatever it is. So definitely have my exposure to him for sure, but definitely more slow recently. And it's a lot easier to do when you're looking at like that overlay tool and you just see yourself like, oh, this guy's at 18%, this guy's at 6%. Let's go ahead and let's pivot to the 6% guy that I like a little bit more,
Exactly. Yeah. The best ball overlay tool is definitely keeping me in check or helping with that. And yeah, I just pulled up as we were starting the portfolio optimizer of best ball overlay. That's my favorite part because I am trying to watch my combinations. I think I told you my DAC CD teams had 40% Kyron. So I was like, well, let's not do any more Kyron Williams on those teams because if he goes down, so but that's what's great about it. Never would have guessed in a million years. I had almost half my DAC CD Lamb teams with Kyron Williams. Never.
That is interesting. I haven't dug into too many 3-player combos. I think I have a fair amount of Tyreek Hill and Devonta Adams starts.
Okay.
Quite a few of those because those are just easy taps for me.
Well, I just did the combo of like the stack, and that's what I'm going to do in August is like go through all my favorite stacks and put like the quarterback receiver and up at the top of all positions was Kyron Williams at like 42%. And so that's how you can see it. So I'm going to go through all my favorite stacks and, Purdy Debo and Dak Lamb. And I mean, you name it, I'm going to go through all of them. I'm going to make sure that I like the combinations with them. The guys I like, I want with them. The guys I don't want anybody at 40% with any of my stats because that's
I don't like 30%, but Brandon Cooks is just inching ever closer. Like I still
I'm definitely
I still keep clicking Brandon Cooks. I can't get off it even with the increased cost. Let's go ahead and try to jump into a draft though. We'll get rolling here.
I was gonna say, do you want to count me down or let me know? And I'm sure if anybody else,
make sure you're using your phone because I know you've had the location issues a few times. I have as well, so no issues there.
Okay, well, count me down. I'm ready when you are.
All right, yeah, and same goes for everyone in the chat. If you want to jump in, Andrew, I know you say you're at the beach, like you're saying you can't draft at 9:39 at the beach. Get out of here. All right, 3, 2, 1. And it says 9 more to start.
Okay, yeah. Now I say 8, so hopefully we're in the same one. I tried to get into Neil Orfield's stream last night, and I thought I nailed it. And then he was like, "Okay, 2 more," and mine said 9, and I was like, "Okay, I guess I'm not in the same one."
That's not it. No, that's unfortunate when that's happened. This year, Andrew and I have had very good luck. I have not wasted a shot whatsoever. I think maybe he has one.
Yeah.
But last year when we were streaming, like I think I had like maybe 3. Like it was happening like semi-frequently.
Oh yeah, where you get in I'm
just like, all right, I'm gonna double draft here because one time I think I let it just auto draft like just it was like whatever, I'll take a miss. Hopefully, I don't get 6 quarterbacks or whatever.
Do you have it set like the maximum exposures?
I didn't because it was like really early for that one, and that's why I just didn't care because it was probably within like our first 10 drafts or something of Best Ball Mania 4.
Yeah, Andrew's in an illegal state, Justin, so he can't draft. He actually has an illegal.
Oh, he's in Delaware?
Yeah, Delaware, you're not allowed to draft. Rough, tough scene. There's only like a handful of states left that can't draft, but you can get in slows, and that's why he said he got in slows. So you can get in slows and you can draft.
That
slows.
makes sense.
You cannot rip fast drafts.
Make that make sense.
Yeah,
you can slow, but you can't fast draft. Like we'll give you a little bit of the nicotine, but not all of it. You know, like we'll give you just a little drop of it. You know, like an IV drip.
Well, we're still waiting on 4. So if anybody wants, I see Albert in chat. Good to see you. Anybody else wants to join us? We still have 4. I think because these puppies are ripping. I think that's slowing down the BBM streets a little.
Yeah,
bit,
all good. Where are you at as far as total drafts? This is number 89 for me.
As far as BBM, I am doing less BBM than you guys. But as far as BBM, hold on one second.
Well, then what have you hit? What? Tell me BBM and then what you've hit total too.
Yeah, sure. This so BBM, this will be my 35th, and I'm going to do 75. I'm doing half because I've said on stream, and I've said with you guys, I'm like obsessed about my goal is to do well over 250 total. And
you're going after that rake.
Yeah, I want that rake of the 2. So I want 250 total. I want that rake, but I want like 100 or more to be of those tournaments that they drop and tease us with all the time. And I've gotten to be quite an advanced rate snob, Justin. Even the puppy that was like 1 of 10, I was like, no, I need like 1 of 6. Like I've gotten like, I'm very like, because obviously here we're 1 of 13, 1 of 16, 1 is, for the, 1 of 13, 1 of 16, once we make it out of the pod in BBM streets. That's different. We're shooting for the moon here. But if I'm playing the other tournaments, I love that Underdog have these. I mean, all the payouts are much flatter, awesome. But I love these like great advanced rate tournaments of like 1 of 6, 1 of 5. So I'm just an advanced rate snob, and everyone that's 101 and down. So I did the Dalmatian, scooping all those. So total drafts. Let me see here.
You're in the 2 spot too, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know because.
Didn't have that up yet
because I
you don't want to auto pick CD Lamb. Now you are officially
okay. Now I'm on the clock. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take CD Lamb.
Right, there you go. I'm in the 11th spot. I don't see any other familiar names. I don't think.
Let me see here.
Line of Scrimmage. That's a fun name, but I don't know who that is.
That's a great name. Yeah, I actually don't see any of our normal crew that joins us sometimes. If you are and you're in the chat, let us know. But I actually do not see any of our familiar names either. Maybe they're on vacation too, so.
Where are you going next week? You're going on vacation.
Yes, beach, family reunion type beach vacation. Nice. So going to, I'm not a.
Are you going to Delaware?
No, I'm going to Nags Head, North Carolina. I don't like going that far.
Okay.
So, I mean, who complains about going to the beach? But so I'm going on a family beach trip next week for most of the week. And yes, I will be in Nags Head, North Carolina.
Nice. Do you guys just like all rip a draft together? Do you just pull everybody in and say, hey guys, sit down?
Yeah, a lot of my cousins, because this is like family reunion, a lot of my cousins are in it, into the streets. So hopefully we can, yeah. Last time we were there, I think we did do just like, because you can still do like the group ones, right? So that would
be sick. The Shoop family
reunion
basketball tournament.
We're just gonna
get the belt. Let's go.
I did not win the last time we went and did that at the beach, so it was a winner take all, and I did not. My cousin did, so I gotta try harder.
Coming up here in another pick. Looks like we have a smidge of a fall for Breece Hall. I don't think he'll be, but that would be a smash if he's.
Oh my gosh, if you got him at 11, that would be amazing.
I got Puka at 11. I did a draft, a little warm up draft before this.
Oh, okay.
And I took. I actually had the 11. This is back-to-back 11s, and I took Puka and Drake London. Breece Hall did not fall to me here. I'm still. I don't care about the best ball overlay tool. I'm not taking Jahmyr Gibbs here. I can't do it.
Do you still? How much are you? 0% or what percent are you?
I am 0% Jahmyr Gibbs. It's very difficult.
That is for me a stand.
Yeah, it's very difficult for me to buy him ahead of Saquon Barkley, ahead of Jonathan Taylor.
Because he's in a timeshare. I mean, not full blown timeshare, but he is sharing a workload, whereas the other guys are really the guys. So I mean, I get it. I get it. I would maybe sprinkle some.
Yeah, I'm really, really hoping he falls into round 2 at some point.
He has. Really, I've seen him go in round 2. Have you seen?
That's what I'm banking on. I cannot get him into round 2 myself. Like,
really,
I'm always sitting there looking at like, okay, I'm gonna hold. Okay, I'm gonna wait. And no, he always 11, 12, 11, 12. I mean, don't get me. I've seen him go like 15, 16, but I'm not. I'm like top of the board in those situations. I'm still not getting him there.
Gotcha.
No, but if he was there at 15 right now, I would be okay with taking him at 15.
Right.
Because especially in my position with no shares, because I do believe in diversifying the portfolio, making sure you have little bits of everybody. And honestly, that was the for Tony Pollard last year to me. I was not in on Tony Pollard whatsoever. And then
that was good last year. Yeah.
No, it was okay. I mean, he did all right. I got a little bit of him the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks going into the regular season. Because he did actually come in and he was okay to start the season. He wound up getting hurt, but he had a decent start still, returning from injury. And Sebastian, who we had on our injury specialist, he kind of convinced me like, hey, like, gonna be all right, So I kind of leaned into that a little bit more. So after he gave me some, coming to Jesus.
For Pollard,
yeah.
He's going to be on with me August 2nd on Friends of Best Ball.
Nice. Sebastian knows his stuff. He is a health specialist.
I love it. I can't wait. I'm checking my BBM right now to check a combo as we speak. With. Oh, okay. Tell me if I'm up. Am I up?
You are not. You are up in 2 picks. Up in 1 pick. The board's looking like Adams. You're probably getting Adams or Barkley, unless you're doing something like Smith, Metcalf, or Neighbors. But I'm assuming that you're probably going one of those. Oh, wow. This guy took Neighbors.
Wow. He went Neighbors at 22. Okay.
That's
so
crazy.
I don't have Devontae Adams. I just checked my exposures, and I don't not have Devontae Adams or Saquon Barkley.
So, yeah, you're good.
I mean, I think I'm going to go Barkley for the correlation.
I don't think either one is a bad answer. I have a ton of both. So Barkley, I have, what is it, 16%? And
oh my god! If I
Devontae
could get
Adams,
I was gonna say I know Devontae Adams has got to go here.
That would be really tough. That would be really tough to get him there on that swing. That's a little bit of a fall, I think, for Devontae. Like 5 picks. 20, from 20 or from 19 to 24. That's solid. I'm
actually gonna check one other thing. I know I'm on the clock. I'm checking one other thing.
You don't want to go for the Insta Smith Barkley combo there?
I have that a good bit already, actually.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
So I'm gonna get weird.
You're gonna go Achane?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see if
sounds a little weird.
Let's see if I have that combo. Well, I don't, because I don't believe I have. But I want to see how much. I don't believe I have a ton of. This is fun checking it on the fly.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't have a ton of him either. I don't have a ton of Achane. I don't have a lot of Kyron. I'm usually tapping, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, and Saquon in this range.
Wait, this can't be right. I'm glad I didn't take Devonta Smith. I had Devontae Smith in all my Achane Lamb teams. I was like, wait a second. No, but I had, so just to show you, Devonta Smith, I had him on like almost 40% of my Lamb team. So that's why I knew that.
Gotcha. How many is there though? Like 40% is like of how many teams?
Well, yeah, because I have a lot of slows going right now. So that's the thing. They're not completed. So I think this is like 82. I have.
How it pulls in active draft data?
No, it doesn't. So I need to wait for those to complete.
Gotcha.
So that's what I mean. I probably have another, 15 to 20 that are going to be. Oh yeah, Andrew talked about it. Did you see that on Twitter today?
I did. I just saw before we started the show. When we hit 350 subscribers, we're going to give away 2 copies of the Cocktail Playbook, written by Zach Attack, or as you might know him on Twitter, is FF Chalupa Batman. Zach is an awesome guy, so this is something really fun to get behind.
That's awesome. Yeah,
the
cocktail book looks awesome too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
need to get myself a copy.
I'm gonna go with. Man, my screen's all messed up. I got 5 seconds here.
And good to see while you're getting the screen going. I get to see some of our friends in here, like Fantasy Football Garage. Mm-hmm. Jeff is giving Andrew a hard time about vacation in illegal states. So good to see all that. But yeah, Andrew, that's an awesome giveaway. And that cocktail book looks awesome. So yeah, we're excited to do that. And I think he mentioned another giveaway when we hit 500 as well. And I'll be announcing some big giveaways as well for a Road to 1000 giveaway too. So lots of fun stuff coming up here.
I was going to take Zay Flowers there. Maybe I should have taken him ahead of Pickens.
I do not. I don't like Zay Flowers. I'm out.
I only have 2%. I only have 2%, but he is someone that I'm trying to buy more of.
Really? How come?
I just like that offense.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I took Flowers, I took him with Derrick Henry, with a Derrick Henry fall. So I didn't feel bad about it. I was able to stack it up a little bit. I'm just going to go Josh Allen here. I mean, there's really, like, when in doubt, take Josh Allen. I couldn't really decide on
I think when you're on that right side, it's so easy to get, it's so, it feels so nice to get the elite quarterback at that early fourth round situation. Because that's the thing. I like them much better than these, honestly, elite tight ends and some of these receivers. So my take on Flowers, and I've written about this on multiple platforms, is I think he's the fourth most likely guy to score on his own team. It's not that I don't
score a touchdown.
We're touchdown hunting. So you've got Henry, Lamar, Andrews, and him. And it's like, he's the fourth most, and he scored 5 of his 6 touchdowns when Andrews was out. So I think
Devontae Walker can give him a run as well, but I have a lot of Walker, and I still feel it's prudent to back up those shares with some Zay Flowers.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing more Bateman lately, so
okay. Yeah. I mean, anytime I get naked Lamar, I'm always, where's Bateman? Where's Walker? Where's one of those random running backs? Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell. I know Keaton Mitchell's on the pup, but before he was an easier click, I feel, for a lot of people. But yeah, I'm just backing up some Walker shares. Trying to do the same thing with, I have a lot of Adams. I want to get some Jacoby Myers. I have a lot of Cooper Kupp. Before this draft, I drafted Puka. I haven't drafted a lot of Puka. So just trying to kind of balance out some of the offenses.
Yeah. No, I get that. Let me just add mine.
Yeah, you're up here in another couple picks. So I'm assuming you're looking at receiver here.
Yes.
Who do you like in this range? I mean, you're looking at potentially Kirk, McLaurin, Hollywood, Keenan, Ridley. I really like Ridley here.
Oh yeah, Ridley. I am at. Did he just go?
Kirk went. So now you're looking at least his receivers. Okay. You're looking at McLaurin, Brown, Keenan, Reed, and Ridley.
My favorites are McLaurin, Brown, Ridley. I'll quickly give you my exposures: 24% Ridley, 10% Brown, 7% McLaurin.
That's pretty similar to me. I have
Ridley.
24. I have 24% Calvin Reed, so exactly the same.
I actually don't have a lot with Lamb of Ridley, so based on my best ball, my best ball layover or layover. Whoa, I'm not flying anywhere.
Overlay.
My best ball layover. My best ball overlay. I just saw that, despite the fact that I had 24% Ridley, I did not have a ton necessarily with Lamb, and definitely none with Lamb A-Chain. So There we go. Helping me make my decisions here.
Off of that group, I had, like I said, 24% Ridley, so same. And then I had 17% Hollywood and 7% McLaurin as well.
Yeah, I'm 10. So McLaurin just went. If Hollywood falls, I'll take him.
I'd love if Dalton Kincaid could fall for me, but I highly doubt someone's going to let that happen.
Yeah,
I've seen quarterback. I've seen quarterback and tight end falling a little bit more consistently now.
Yeah,
are you starting to feel that a little bit?
Yes. Yeah, it blows me away sometimes when the quarterbacks that you see people have like some really optimal stacks for let it go. In the live draft that Steve and I did yesterday, check that out. It was the Sibling Showdown from yesterday. We were able to get Dak at like 108 or something because the Lamb draft, we took Ferguson. Steve was like, well, he's not going to make it back. I'm like, not necessarily. He comes back sometimes if that Lamb drafter passes him up. For some reason, every now and then someone else will make you pay and be like, okay, we're not going to let Dax fall into the hundreds here. But nobody else did, and got him at like, I don't know, 106 or something like that, and got him with Ferguson, who we took the round before. So that was pretty cool.
led the league in passing yards last year. It's very odd to me that he's
most
that
touchdowns in the league. QB3 on the year.
Mm-hmm. No, it's crazy. CJ Stroud has been another, like, since the start of Best Ball Mania 5, he's been the biggest faller at the quarterback position. I think he went from like pick 44 to maybe 59 or 60. And I've seen him fall 20 picks past ADP. I mean, I do think he's mispriced, but at the same time, like, that's wild. Right. I got Patrick Mahomes about to fall here 10 picks after ADP.
Jeez, that's crazy. Yep. I need to get more Mahomes.
Yep. I have 7%. So
I probably should have considered was doing like a Hollywood Mahomes at the turn, which I have done before.
I missed Kincaid by about 3 picks, so not great.
But I don't do that often, obviously, when I'm trying to stack up Dak. Got to say hi to our guy Tim. He was always listening to us in the DFS season, sports betting season. So good to see you here in the best ball season. Keep joining us for best ball drafts, and don't worry, then we'll keep rolling right through with DFS and sports betting content, Tim. And we'll be back in the underdog streets in season as well, because of course we've got the dailies, and you can use best ball overlay for the daily contest as well. So
thinking about just blocking this fun first, whoever this guy is next to me who just grabbed Mahomes. I'm gonna go grab Worthy. I don't play a lot of defense. I don't. I mean, ask Andrew. I'm not really big into it, but every now and again, put your hands up. Slap the floor, put your hands up, play some D.
Yeah, I get it. I get
find
it.
Your man.
I thought you just made up a name for it, and then I realized his handle is actually Fun First FF. Floof, the one at the turn, I do recognize. I feel like I've seen him in the best ball streets, and same with Line of Scrimmage. I definitely have seen both of them. I don't think they're like necessarily in our streams a lot, but I definitely have seen them in the streets for sure.
Oh, he already had Mahomes, Kelsey. I didn't even see. So oops. Oh, that's why you don't try. That's why you don't try. That's all right. I only had 6% Worthy, and he's.
I was just gonna say how many percent. Okay. Yeah.
So wanted to get more of him. I have a lot of Hollywood. I'm also not drafting Rashee Rice. I just feel like it's a risk.
Yep, haven't either as well. We're lockstep there.
Yeah. Let's see. You're going to be up here in, was it 1, 2, 3 picks?
I know. I'm eyeing up what I want to do here.
Looks like you're grabbing Deontay.
I actually do need some more.
He's a good fit for what you got going here.
That is true. Just trying to keep an eye on everything. I'm a queuer, as you may know, so I was just doing some queuing here.
Mm-hmm. No, I live on the edge of life.
You know queuing?
No queuing. No.
You know what? I do need more Deontay. We made the joke.
That's a good.
We made the joke about needing Titans and or sniping each other for Titans and Panthers, and I got my Ridley and Deontay shares. So here we go. All's well.
It just means if you're not taking him, I don't have to take him when he falls to me. Are you okay taking like some of these guys ahead of him though, like Jordan Addison, JSN? Keon Coleman, I feel like we could talk ourselves
Jordan Addison, I was before the DUI. Now I'm pumping the brakes there.
I have very little. I have none of Jordan Addison either. 0. Woo, goose.
Oh, I'm going to check something else on the old exposures just to help me make a quick decision. Am I on the clock? I think I am.
25 seconds, yeah. I think we were going to get a CJ Stroud fall in this one. He's already 4. That's only 5 picks. But I bet he goes to 10 or at least 9.
You know what? I don't have much JSN. I'm going to do
9
JSN.
seconds, 8 seconds.
I am going to do JSN.
5 seconds. There you go. JSN feels like an easier click over Addison for sure.
For me, I was taking Addison ahead of him.
Really?
But yes, I was. Now I'm obviously kind of pumping the brakes there. So, but you know what just helped me make my decision was, I looked up and of my a chain Lamb starts, I did Ferguson on both of them. I had two. Okay. I have 2 of a chain Lamb, And on both of them, I had Ferguson. So I was like, okay, well, I don't need to. I was going to reach for Ferguson to try to set that up.
And I may grab Ferguson here. If not, I might just double tap running back. Ferguson's a good tight end checkpoint. Ferguson, Bowers, and Njoku.
Yeah. Yep.
To me, like, you really want to get in there. And like, if you're looking at my screen right now, 15% Ferguson, still willing to buy plenty of him. Bowers 5%, Njoku 13%. And then the next three, Goddard 6%, Schultz 9%, Freiermuth 5%. Like, it's much lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim gave a shout out to Steve on his big Thanksgiving win. Steve had a massive Thanksgiving week. Nice. So hopefully that can rub off on me this year.
On what, sports betting or?
No, he won 7,000 on DFS Thanksgiving slate. Then turned around when it played a little heavier that weekend and won 70 some thousand. He took down a first place in all these early onlys with a big in the Texans Jaguars game. And so it was pretty cool because we were both visiting our family for the Thanksgiving holiday. So it was a fun little family sweat. Trey Parker says a 13 touchdown year. I was just listening to a Underdog Fantasy show talking about is anybody going to be that surprised if Zeke has a huge year with, I forget the touchdowns that they kind of quoted, but the answer is no. And that's why I don't know where you are on Zeke exposure, but people get grossed out talking about Zeke. Oh, he's old, this and that. He's still going to be the goal line back. And for that reason, on a top offense. And for that reason, I'm taking him plenty. Where are you on
1%?
No way. Are you really? You're not getting in 1%. On the old man?
I think Zeke? I have a lot more of them in the big board.
Okay.
I'm almost certain he's top 5 most exposed player in my big board. So
gotcha. Okay, so
but yeah, I there's a lot of late round running backs that I like, and I don't know, when we get to him, I'll be sure to point other guys out. But typically where he's going, I have many other answers. I really don't mind.
I'm looking around who he's going. Excuse me, I can't.
I really don't mind Rico Dottle, to be honest with you.
And I did one, and we talked about this on the show yesterday too. I'm actually going to get a little weird and mix in some handcuff, especially in 6 running back builds of the 2 running backs from the same team going in the same range. So Browns, Pittsburgh,
sure, yeah.
Cowboys, that kind of. So I did a draft last night where I got Zeke and Dowdle. Obviously I love the Dowdle's passing game, so that might not be the best example. I think if Chubb didn't move up, I would say getting both of those running backs is very interesting because that's one where I don't love the passing game, but I love the running game. And then if you're getting both pieces of Ford and Chubb, I think that's pretty interesting. I don't know if it's as easy to do now with the prices moving, but
I like doing Houston and Tennessee with that approach. So Pollard and Spears, and then Mixon and Pierce. So I don't mind that. I think the one that would cost me the most, or the one I would feel most uncomfortable based on cost, is probably the Steelers, because they are really close to each other.
Yeah, when they're so close, that's what makes it tough.
And because typically I'm going wide receiver heavy. If I have to lean into that, coming off of 5 running backs or 5 receivers or even 4 receivers, I don't know if I'm going to like my build. But hey, got another, 60 to go here, 61 to go. So.
Okay, so this is number. My math is not strong right now. What number is this then?
This is 89 for me, so I will have 61 after
tonight. Okay, Got it.
Yep. Similar pace to last year. I mean, I'm definitely a lot slower. This week and last week. We're just in the dog days. Very little movement. You got guys going on the pup that are going to be right back off the pup, and guys that are going on the pup that you have no idea if they're going to play this season. So it's there's some back and forth and some give and take.
Okay, got my DAC. Very happy.
Okay.
Happy lady.
I do not have a tight end, but I do have a quarterback.
Okay, so I need more Raheem Mostert. So I only had 8%, and again, that was another thing.
10. I think 8 to 12 was pretty good for him.
Yeah. That was another thing they were talking about on the Underdog Network show I was watching. I like the shows with Hayden Wings, Josh Norris. They're very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they were talking about, these guys that people are kind of, because of age, right, that people are pushing down or, kind of roll their eyes at. And, with both Zeke and Mostert, look what he did last year. I mean, he just, he can do it.
If he's healthy, you gotta roll him out. And
I just did what I said I was going to do. And I don't want to do it, honestly, with the early ones. So this was not typical for me, but I am going to do. But this is a situation where both of these running backs can get there throughout the season. We saw it last year in a chain of Mostert. I'm not typically going to do it with guys I draft in the first 3 rounds and then handcuff it. But this one I'm fine with, because I just think of the situation where the way they use their running backs, they Mike McDaniel uses them so creatively, and we saw them both get there in some of the same games. I mean, those were games where they're putting up 40, 50 points, but I'm okay with it. I will more do the handcuffing situation, get a little crazy with the teams that we talked about when it's more of those like 2 mid-round guys.
No,
sorry for all the noise my dog is making. If you can hear that, I apologize.
No, all good. We all got to let it out. All good. Trying to think what I'm going to do here. I'm looking at 1, 2, 5, 0. Tight ends are not looking amazing. I don't love Dallas Goedert, Dalton Schultz, Muth. I feel like I can wait. Can running back, receiver here. Maybe a little bit more Brian Robinson. Have a ton of Austin Eckler.
Oh, I was going to say, I knew you were big on the Eckler.
And there he goes. That's okay, because we're taking Khalil Shakir anyways.
All right. Okay, you got your Josh Allen stack there.
Yep.
Nice.
And we got Garrett Wilson. So we got some week. Week 17 there. What do I want to do for running back? I guess we're going to take some more Tajay Spears. I was big on him in the big board, so I'm going to buy a little more of him.
Yeah, I need some. I've been taking more Pollard than Spears. I need to get some balance it out a little bit.
So Pollard, it's 17% Pollard and 3% Spears for me. But that's typically also because I get a ton of Calvin Ridley. I have 24% of him. Chiga Conko, I know I have a lot of. I want to just guess, let's say 17 to 18%. 16, pretty close. 16% Chig. But that's all really built off of that mid-round value that I'm getting from Calvin Ridley. Every time I get him, I'm like, okay, what else can I do with this? Because there's a lot of late-round options. You have, Chig. You have the quarterback Levis. Pollard and Spears are appropriately priced. Tyler Boyd is going in the back end of the draft. So it's like, man, there's a lot of opportunities here. I don't really stack them too often with DeAndre Hopkins. I have, but not very commonly, just because I feel like, one of them is going to just figure to be the alpha there, and you just take a little.
You haven't stacked which one with DeAndre Hopkins?
Ridley. I don't stack those two.
Yeah, I haven't done that much yet either. Yeah.
I've done it literally once or building twice. Everything else around Ridley. Good chunk of running backs here.
Oh, wait. Yeah, oh, no, he failed on me. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. This is going to be funny.
Zeke?
Yep.
Wow. Zeke over Gus is interesting.
Well, going with the correlation. So my BBM3. Okay, so let me give you a quick flashback. Oh, wait, no, I'm up in 2, and then I'll talk.
Correlate.
Yeah. And speaking of correlation, let's see if this falls to me. I know you said you didn't love him, but
Goddard.
Yep, we'll see if it falls.
You've got Zeke, you've got Lamb, you've got the week 17 correlation. So
yeah, and I got Barkley.
It makes more sense for you.
Oh my God! And did you see that Best Ball Overlay released graphs now for your and my? We'll see. I don't want to jinx it. Let's see what happens here, and then I'll make my selection. I'm going to go ahead and select Goddard. Mm-hmm. So I'll pull it up then as we're talking. But then my week 17 by far top game stack is Philly Dallas, which historically those do really shoot up.
I think mine is Philly Dallas at number 2 or number 3.
Okay. So I'm 23% Philly Dallas stacks, and that's not counting skinny stacks. Yeah. That's just QB.
I already know that Tennessee and Jacksonville is my week 17, but I don't remember other ones.
So Jeff, I kind of hope this is the year that the olds do well, because I have I have some. I'm not gonna lie. But no, I mean, it is just these guys that you can get now are in this range that, and I mean, I know you're high in Eckler. I am too. I'm looking at it right now. I have 18% Eckler. People are considering him an old and dried up, and I think.
Well, that's not. I mean, old and dried up is just, that's a bad take on Austin Eckler.
I know. I think he was injured last year. Yeah.
No, he definitely was, but they also weren't using him how they had traditionally used him in years past. And for Kellen Moore coming in there and doing that makes just no sense to me, because you saw what Kellen Moore was able to do with Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott, and you just got to be like, your arm should be in the air as a Chargers fan. Like, what are you doing with Austin Eckler with what, compared to what you were able to do with those guys is insane. So, I mean, he really let them down in my opinion, but this year, man, like Jaden Daniels just has to be looking his way just all the time. I love Terry. I love Cheon, but I got to imagine that early on in the season, Austin Eckler is just going to get a ton of rake. Like, he is just going to get a ton of work to start the year. Maybe Brian Robinson is the guy to have weeks 15, 16, 17, because maybe Austin Eckler just doesn't have a ton left in the tank at that point. But regardless, he's going to be able to ball for you all year long.
Well, and you also, I feel like, you got to look at the contracts too and what the team believes. And the team paid him enough to say that they believe in him for the next 2 years. I know he's they're bringing in a lot of these vets to kind of reestablish a new, identity and a better culture and all the things. And guys like older guys like Eckler, not that he's that old, but Eckler or Ertz can help establish that. Some of the guys they brought in on defense certainly can help reestablish a culture there, which is obviously much needed. But no, I mean, with what they paid him, I want to say it's like $6 million a year or something for running backs. I mean, I think they're not, I don't think they're paying them that to not utilize him very heavily. And his old head coach from the Chargers is the running backs coach. So
awesome. I did not realize that. That's fantastic.
The name is blanking me. If anybody knows in chat,
it was the Chargers head coach.
Yeah, he was a former Chargers. Hold on, let me look at.
Is it Staley? It's not Brandon Staley.
No, the one before. It's driving me crazy. I'm gonna figure it out. Anthony Lynn.
Oh, okay, Anthony Lynn. Nice.
Yep. He's the running backs coach. So then, and Eckler's on record
was Anthony Lynn the one that said Keenan blocks, feed Keenan?
I can't remember. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jeff said Anthony Lynn. Anthony Lynn. I think he was the one right before Staley. So yeah, and Eckler's on record that's why he went to Washington, because of Anthony Lynn. So
okay. Well, I figured he went there because they said, "Hey, man, we're gonna pass you the ball."
Well, hopefully this is all good. That fits into your narrative, though. His old running backs coach is there. He's going to get him some good work. So I like it.
Well, he said on record at Super Bowl Row with Matthew Berry and the NBC fantasy team, like, "Hey, why did they stop passing me the ball?"
He did.
And he said, like, his role wherever he's going to be is going to be a big factor in where he signs, whether it's with the Chargers or elsewhere. So my opinion on the whole situation is like, they sat down together. They said, this is what we're going to do with you. This is how we're going to use you. This is how many touches you're going to have in the game. And oh, by the way, they're predominantly going to be receptions. And that's what I see him as, just like the ultimate scat back weapon going in. Has he even been drafted in this one yet?
Yeah. Eckler.
Round 11?
Yeah.
Round 11, pick 125. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's not. I mean, I have to imagine the winner of this contest has Austin Eckler on their roster. Maybe 30% isn't enough.
So I'm doing something crazy. I need more Tua shares. He fell 20 picks past ADP.
Like I said,
I have both the running backs, and there are guys you can stack late too in the other department. So I know that's weird, but
with Jonnu Smith, that's not weird at all.
Okay, I didn't know if you'd think that's weird. I'm glad you like that.
Naked Tua that far past ADP. Yeah.
Well, I got him with both of his running backs.
Oh, well, then that's not even naked. You're fine. That's No, I've taken naked Tua and paired him up with Jonnu. I've taken naked Tua. Good Lord,
the receivers have dried up real bad.
And I put him in with Odell even, or Malik Washington. So I mean, yeah, there's no issue there. Stroud fell 12 picks. Tua fell 20 plus. I mean, kind of makes me feel silly for taking Allen, but I mean, I'm never going to complain about getting Josh Allen.
No, you're never going to complain about getting Josh Allen in the 4th round, and you were a stack. I mean, even if not, I mean,
did I get him in the 4th round? I may have got him early 3rd.
No, I think you got him in the 4th.
Yeah, I got him pick 38, start of the 4th.
Yeah, so I get 20 picks past ADP. I've consciously realized, thank you, Best Ball Overlay, that I need more Tua. And I think it's unique with both of his running backs. And then I will have 3 likely stacked with him, whether it's one of the late receivers or Jonnu. So I think that's fun. My quick, I'll make it quick. I won't bore you or other people. But the reason I'm so obsessed with Best Ball is obviously being able to make it to the BBM3 finals. And I did it on a Dak, Zeke. It wasn't Lamb. It was like Michael Gallup, Schultz. Nice. So I had Dallas from all 4 positions. And I kind of love that. I love being able to stack up a team that you really believe in at different price points. And then usually that means potentially different positions. So I might be able to do this with both Miami and Dallas, where I'm getting, well, not the tight end necessarily, not obviously the tight end for Dallas, but I obviously got quarterback, running back, receiver. And then right now I have quarterback, running back, and I'll likely get. So I think that's fun to just, I actually don't, this is just a weird conversation point, but I typically don't, to your point earlier about the whole Ridley Hopkins, and I know you probably have a lot of Will Levis with each of them. I typically don't double stack the receiver position. When I stack a quarterback, it's usually is like a receiver tight end, a running back receiver, that kind of thing. How about you?
No, I'm willing to double stack receiver, like I've done some Cortland Sutton and Marvin Mims. I've done some
teams like that you can get later. Yeah,
Garrett Wilson, Malachi Corley.
Yeah,
trying to think. Marvin Harrison and any one of those guys, right? Greg Dortch, Michael Wilson, Zay Jones, any of those guys are just fine for me. I'm gonna go ahead and take Cole Kmet here. Did he fall at all for me? Yeah, nice little fall for Cole.
Oh, Kmet. That's nice. Yeah.
Oh, hey, whoa, screen. Whoa, where are you going? Trying to make me.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, I railed it in. We got it. We're good. 11 picks past ADP for Kmet.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Good, yeah. Do we want to take Stafford? I don't know.
Because do you have?
I have Marvin Harrison, just week 17 stuff.
Oh, right, and you could backstack him with. I'm not sure if Robinson would fall back to you, maybe.
Thielen, Demarcus Robinson, Roman Wilson. Yeah, we'll go Stafford here. Let's get a strong arm guy to go with Josh Allen. I'll take that. Well, I mean, just like someone that I know, when they're going to have a spike week, it's because they really aired it out. Matthew Stafford,
Yeah.
He fits the bill for that. Same as like Aaron Rodgers in that range. I like him to be the same thing. If you're going like elite QB.
I was just going to ask, are you upset that Aaron Rodgers has the same bye week as Allen? So because you got
this one wouldn't be good. But if you had like Hurts, if you had like Jalen Hurts and Aaron Rodgers, just any like elite QB and Aaron, you'd be fine. Like I like doing that. Then like I'll just throw Geno Smith with whatever Kyler Murray or Josh Allen or somebody like that or Patrick.
You'll like this. Jeff's given Andrew some good trolling. I got in the best ball so I could vacation in legal states.
I mean, it's a prerequisite for sure. I mean, best ball on the beach is pretty solid. I mean, flows out of the mouth nicely.
I actually have ever drafted on the beach. Now that I think about it, not on the beach.
People can sit there and read a book, catch up on some Jane Foster, hanging out at the beach, got the umbrella up, why not draft a team?
There you go.
As long as you got signal.
Where do you stand? I know Andrew is very high on Jonathan Brooks. I believe you are higher on Chuba, right?
28% Chuba.
Okay, 18% and make 18% and make it more for this girl. So
no, I'm a believer. I'm a buyer. I've just bought a lot, and again, this is also with an accelerated price. Like I've been buying him at a much lower cost than what he's been at. So I definitely need to slow down. Just thank my lucky stars that I bought him that early.
I'm trying to decide between 2 players right now. Let me just see if I think the one guy will come back to me.
So 2-5-6-1. I am also 2-5-6-1. Matching shirts.
I don't think he's going to come back to me. I want him, so I'm going to get Jonnu.
Johnny. Ooh, that is a stab.
I don't think he's coming back. I've noticed he's been going ahead of ADP. So, and I don't come back till 190.
Yeah, that's not bad for the correlation.
Yeah.
And honestly, like this space, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a dead zone. I like some of these players, but none of them just are like really exciting you without some type of correlation. Like, oh yeah, Bucky Irving sounds fine. I've got all this, Mike Evans or Godwin or whatever. Obviously Baker's still there, Otten's still there, but if you're doing or even something like that.
I'm done at running back. I was going to go Roman Wilson, but I have a crap load of him.
Same. Did you see that they came out and said that Van Jefferson has?
Yeah, Steve said that on the show the other day, and I was like, Steve, don't embarrass yourself. Like, let's not say that. Come on, like that's just doing the.
How dare they?
What did they say that that's how they're starting camp, basically?
With him in the pole position, and then they're like, oh yeah, but Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin, and then they listed off a bunch of other random names that they've also signed. And they're just like, these other guys could beat him for all I know. Yeah, man, and now as I'm talking him up, I have to take him. Son of a... Oh, nope, someone took him for me. And I would have done that too. I do a Roman Wilson and Pickens as well.
Yeah. Oh, I have a ton of Roman Wilson. I think he's absolutely going to be the Deontay Johnson role there.
We'll do Kate Otten for the sake of the position. I love to late tight end though. I also did late tight end in my my Scott Fishbowl. I drafted absolute studs, and then like in the later rounds, I went literally. I think it was it Chig, Otten, Sanders. Three in a row. I was like, yep, I'm good.
How many picks do you get in the SFB? I forget.
20 or 22. I can't
20.
remember.
Okay,
I think
that's
it's
right.
20. But yeah.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of great cases for the elite tight ends this year, and I am drafting more elite tight ends than I did last year. But actually, thank you for letting me plug the show that Steve and I just did. Steve and I have a strategy show that's up, the episode before this, and it is about late round tight ends and quarterbacks to target. Steve wrote an article on the late round quarterbacks. I wrote an article on the late round tight ends. So we talked about both. And, whether you're building a 2 tight end build, a 3 tight end build, 2 QB, 3 QB, you can apply this to either. But yeah, I'm still doing plenty of the 3 late round tight ends or like maybe 1 middle, like I did here. And maybe I'll get a 3rd. I don't feel like I have to, but I may.
Do you have someone though, as a late tight end that you have like impeccable trust in? So like last year I had a ton of trust in Conklin, Otten, and McBride. Like I had no problem.
Those were your 3 main go-tos.
Yeah, and there would be plenty of drafts where I would have 2 of them, or even one where I had 3 of them. But those guys in my 3 tight end builds, they were always there. Like they were always consistently there. Do you have anyone like in that space, like tight end 15 or later, that you're just like, you know what, like this is going to work out this year? This guy is just going to be really good.
Well, I can't say at the end of the late round tight ends. Hold on. I'm going to answer this question after I decide what I'm doing here, because I cannot decide.
You are up in 2 picks. While you're doing that, I will say that this year I feel actually more comfortable taking early tight end because I feel like the value is better. Like Kelsey in round 1 last year versus round 4, and then you're kind of starting there with everybody else: Laporta, Kelsey, McBride. Andrews, like all that group is going like right in that space, and I feel like that adjusted cost makes me feel a lot more comfortable taking earlier tight end this year than last year.
Yeah, I do not,
because maybe Sanders and Jonnu I think are really the only ones that kind of fit that build for me.
I don't have a lot of Luke McCaffrey. I don't love it. I don't trust the volume of the passing and watching game, and don't love it, but I'm going to grab that. And then
2572. Ooh, took your Ben Sinnott.
No, I have 0 of that, so no worries there.
Oh, you could have stacked them up.
No worries there.
That's okay. He took Ingram, Schultz, and Sinnott. I think that Sinnott's a dead pick there. Behind Ingram and Schultz.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what would you do here? Actually, I'm deciding between 2 different things.
So
with Goddard, Jonnu, would you stay put or would you grab? I'm thinking about Juwan Johnson just because I want more of him.
Yeah, I mean, I have 12% Juwan Johnson. That's my most exposed player left at tight end right now, other than Jatavian Sanders.
Or I could do. I mean, I could probably get Tolbert in the last round too, but I have a ton of Tolbert.
You did grab Deontay, right? You're 3-2-1. You got to take a pick.
Yeah, I have him queued. I have Juwan Johnson queued.
Okay, gotcha. I was gonna say if you still had Deontay, I mean, Sanders still a nice little pairing back there.
Yeah.
Bo Nix.
Yeah, and
wow. Bo Nix. Oh wow, this guy went Drake, Dan Jones, Drake May, Bo Nix. Wow, let me look at this team. Rashad White, Kenneth Walker, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, Tyreek Hill, Neighbors, Devontae Smith, Kirk.
Oh wow.
Oh, I do not like this team. I do not. Oh no.
Did he stack? I'm trying to look.
I don't think so.
Daniel,
because he has Dan Jones. He can still stack with him. Drake May, Bo Nix. I did see some Patriots. This is line of scrimmage. I did see some Patriots. I saw Jalen Polk. I know he has Troy Franklin. That's a Knicks stack. Yeah, I don't like that team.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Maybe he got sniped on QBs. Yeah, even if you are I like Baker more than those guys. Bo Nix and Drake May. I like Baker more.
Which, Bryce by the way, Baker is still there, which is crazy to me.
Baker over all those guys. Bryce Young over all those guys. Russell Wilson over all those guys. It kind of makes me want to take one of them right now, but I'm good. I'm not taking another quarterback.
Well, how many quarterbacks do you have? Oh, you do too.
I have Allen and Stafford, so I feel perfectly fine.
No, you're definitely fine. I was going to say you do have the Otten if you wanted Baker. I mean, that's just crazy that he fell that far.
Yeah, that's a little interesting to me. I think I'm going to do 2592 this draft. So I'm going to take. Let's do. I wanted to get somebody I don't have a lot of. I guess that's going to be Javon Baker, but I really don't love Javon Baker. I'm going to go with some more Zay Jones. Maybe this guy takes Devontae Walker, and I don't have to.
Do you have a lot of Walker?
I have 12%, and I feel like that's a lot for round 18. Yep, he did. So that gets me out of that pickle. I will leave Odell Beckham Jr. for you, and I guess I'll just take a silly old running back. Let's see. Let's do some more Tyrone Tracy. I want to take Jonta Foreman, but man, Nick Chubb was just showing off all that deadlifting the other day. Hard to do it.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, that was like what? that'll change your mind really quick. He can do that. Normal people can't do that healthy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I was very unique with my my running backs here. I got Spears, Corum, Charbonnet, Tracy, and I have 0 Corum, 0 Charbonnet, 3% Spears, and 6% Tracy. So courtesy of Best Ball Overlay.
You got different.
Different. And I don't mind those guys, but I definitely, as you see, I haven't drafted a lot of them.
No, that's awesome. That does help. I'm trying to think, who did I get exposure to today that I don't have a lot of? Burton and McCaffrey here at the end. JSN didn't have much.
Jermaine.
So all of my last 3 receivers didn't have much of. And I wanted more Mostert. I always say that wrong. So yeah. Now I kind of do wish I would have taken Jatavian.
Baker Mayfield not going is ridiculous. We're at pick 213.
I might just fucking take. Sorry for the F-bomb. I might just take him.
I would. Screw it. Don't you have a Buccaneer?
I don't. That's what I was just checking. I don't.
That's really interesting. I mean, and in general, like that's what I'm seeing is.
The Bucks have a week 16 correlation with Dallas, courtesy of Best Ball Overlay.
Okay.
I think a lot of people would think it's crazy, and now I wish I would have grabbed McMillan with my last pick. My last receiver pick. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not letting Baker go with a 3 QB girl. I was going to take Bryce Young for the correlation, but I'm just going to play the game that Baker spreads it around and do my traditional 3-5-7-3 and. Baker plays Dallas week 16. I hope that game shoots out if this team makes it through, yada, yada. There we go. I got a Seinfeld line in. I just got a yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. My head is killing me this morning.
I'm yada, yada. I like he's like, you yada, yada over the best part. Right. She was like, I mentioned the bisque.
All right, let's take a look at the squads here. So I had Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, both right at ADP, right on time. Kamara, Zamir White, Tajay Spears, Blake Corum, Zach Charbonnet, Tyrone Tracy. A decent fall for Tracy. He was, 13 picks after ADP. Corum, 11. Corum never falls for me. So that's honestly, I have nothing against taking Blake Corum. I can never get him where I'm drafting him. Someone's too high on him.
Right.
He's going ahead of ADP, or he's right on time at ADP, and it's just not my.
And it correlates. Yeah,
absolutely. And a smidge of value there for Kamara. So Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, George Pickens, Chris Godwin, Xavier Worthy, Khalil Shakir, Marvin Mims Jr., and Zay Jones. Just about everybody at ADP, all within a few picks. So nothing crazy there. No surprises. Nice little Cole Kmet grab at 155 versus his 144, and Kate Otten. So obviously not very strong at tight end here, but in offenses that are going to score some points this year. So I don't. Don't mind.
2 top offenses. I like that. I mean, like you said,
let's settle on using the word top offense with the Bears. Let's walk that back a little bit.
Decent.
Proof is in the pudding.
Decent offenses.
Supposed to be better than average.
There you go.
Supposed to be better than average.
Now, any regrets that I got your Baker when you have?
No, look at these falls here.
I mean, you got insane value. You got insane value in this draft. I didn't realize you had Godwin and Otten.
Yeah, no, all good with me. I mean, I could have taken him there, but maybe I wasted the pick on Matthew Stafford. I still trust Stafford a little bit more than Mayfield. I really like Puka and Kupp and what they do there. The play calling solid. The run game, I think, is a smidge better than Tampa. I think, having to rely on Rachaad White as like a predominant pass catcher rather than like a downhill runner or somebody that can really, grind, kind of grind out the clock and offensive possessions. I think Stafford's worth a little bit of a smidge over him. But I do, I have 10% Baker and I have less Stafford. So also just kind of pivoting it, around that ADP or later ADP, I should say. Yeah. But you got 2 at a steal, Baker at a steal. Let's see, Saquon.
And I think Jeff says my ears hurt. I think that means because I went totally unstacked on Baker, but it was just,
good value is good value. It's the same thing.
168 Lamar, to 215. Oh naked my gosh.
I'll take naked Dak if he falls, but there's always, there's always Jalen Tolbert. There's always something there.
Exactly. There's always,
but with some teams, there's not. So if you get that fall, like screw it. Like you just take what's there. So let's see. Saquon,
like 35 or again, my math skills are terrible. 40 for some spots after ADP. That's insane. So.
That is insane. Jeff was referencing the F-bomb. These, earmuffs.
Earmuffs. I did drop an F-bomb on the fall. Yeah. And I have to say hi to our guy, Felix. This is Felix. Nice, he's under his, so check out Best Ball Nation if you all haven't already. Felix is a Millie Maker winner in the Best Ball Street. So a good Best Ball show to follow, Best Ball Nation. Anyways, go ahead. Rate my team now.
Love the running backs. The only penalty, and Andrew, just being fair here, he'd give me the same penalty for only having 5 running backs, but 2 of them are on the same roster.
Right.
So
typically I do 6 with that.
You have to take a hit for it too because you didn't get 6. But I still like them. I'm okay with it. I forgive you. But again, Andrew, Stickler was here. He'd let you hear about it.
Okay.
Receivers, top heavy.
The last few are a little
Yeah, I mean, I like JSN. He was a big buy candidate for me this year, just overall, just because Tyler Lockett's getting older. Tyler Lockett lacks that yak upside. He literally dives to the ground to play it safe, which is great for his health, not great for his yak, not great for his fantasy opportunities.
Which remind me to ask you something about the documentary receiver after this, but finish what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah, and I just think that offers a lot of leverage for Jackson Smith and Jigba to move forward in year 2. So very good value just at his ADP overall. And I like Burton in a very good offense. I don't love Luke McCaffrey. 1% there.
I don't like it.
He's him and Elliott and Achane are my least owned or least exposed players on your roster here. So I guess those would be the big penalties. Followed by Dallas Goedert, a ton of Jonnu Smith I have at 17%. And I also love Juwan Johnson. So, I mean, I think my 6% of Dallas Goedert's respectable enough to say that 7 picks after ADP is perfectly adequate. Jonnu ahead of ADP, I don't mind.
Yeah,
Again, you see my
that was just
17% there. Like,
yeah.
No, I really do think that Jonnu is mispriced.
Yes.
So what is it?
Don't you think he's going to move up too in August?
Yeah,
once camp
absolutely.
starts,
Because
yeah,
people
or
are going to
once-
realize, like,
yeah.
hey, he's a starter on one of the highest scoring offenses in the league.
With one of the most creative play callers to use him, you know, the way they get them in motion and just all the things
he's
that
going to take
McDaniel.
some handoffs. I guarantee you that. He will take some handoffs, some end around reverses. No, if I'm giving a grade, just a smidge under the 8, you know, I'm giving you 7.89, 7.89.
So my debacle post of what I should have done is I don't like the McCaffrey pick. I regret that now. Now I wish I would have done McMillan in hindsight, that Baker was falling. Maybe that would have been the move. But would you, in this situation, like a 2v2, and I don't know, I could name, Odell, Tolbert, they both correlate. Would you have ditched the Jawan pick and gone 2 tight ends? Would you have been fine with a 2 tight end rune of Goddard and Jonnu? Let me ask you.
Yeah, I'd be okay.
That's what
with
I'm kind of thinking.
But you're picking Johnson though, like that's good. Like
that's a lot of upside.
I really like Juwan Johnson. So like in that range, if we're just looking, like who else you could have potentially even touched?
Well, it would have been like a different receiver. It would have been like it would have been like an Odell or something like that, honestly. Or like it would have been an 8th receiver instead of a 3rd tight. So that's what I'm saying. Like you would have been comfortable with a Goddard, Jonnu Smith room, but you're saying you still like that I got Johnson as the 3rd tight end just because of his upside.
Yeah, I mean, if there's someone, again, if there's a tight end in that range that you're going to add to that group, he would be the guy for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull up McCaffrey's. So yeah, McMillan, obviously I took Mims. I mean, none of these other players really correlated with your roster. So
yeah. Did McMillan go before McCaffrey?
I'm not sure. I don't have the, I'm just looking up at the rankings right now.
Yeah, he did. He went right before. I just pulled up the board, our board.
So yeah, I mean, tough regardless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. No, those were solid. I mean, if there's someone else in the chat that wants to speak up that you drafted with us, by all means, I can give you a quick grade, but it doesn't seem like this was the night.
Well, Tim says that Goddard was banged up last year. He likes Goddard kind of as my tight end.
I haven't seen either him or Devonta Smith really over excel without the missing of the other. Like, right, like, oh, Devonta Smith is banged up or AJ Brown's banged up. Like, I typically feel like somebody in that offense needs to be a little bruised for one of them to outflourish the other. And we have no idea what Saquon Barkley is going to do to the passing offense. Like, they're going to run the ball a lot regardless. And I still feel like there is going to be a little bit less value for Devonta Smith and Goddard because I feel like it's going to be a lot of Barkley, Hurts, and AJ Brown, even in the red zone. Like, it's tough for me to say, like, oh yeah, Dallas Goedert can outshine either of those guys in the red zone, goal line situations. I mean, who's even running the tush push this year? Is Barkley going to hand off to Saquon? Is Saquon going to hand off to Hurts? Like, what's going to go on here? Like, who's going to push who?
You're another one that you have Barkley ranked way higher than ADP, right? I get mixed up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I get confused.
Why is Barkley going after pick 15? That's crazy.
He fell in a draft that I was in yesterday to 30. That's
psycho.
But I had taken whatever I took in the 2nd round. I was at and so I don't know why I let him pass, but for whatever reason, he passed me and I didn't take him. Maybe I took another running back. I can't remember.
I think,
but he fell to 30.
Andrew and I saw him get paired up with CMC in our draft, and we're going like, what? Why? What? How do you let the first?
No, I had that happen. I've done it one time, and it's a slow that I'm in progress, and we'll see if I can land the plane. I did CMC, Barkley fell, and then I got I reached and got Henry, and so I got I started 3 running backs, which I know everybody in the best ball community thinks that's like terrible.
Not those 3. Not those three
exactly, because like.
They're playing every week.
I love some of the receivers there too. I mean, have a really high exposure to Kupp and some of those other guys, and I do like a lot of round 2 receivers. But those 3, when you compare, and then I just hammered receiver, and so I'm still finishing it now. But yeah, I'm okay with it.
Also, with that 3, I really don't mind just only going 4.
Oh yeah, no, that I'm doing a hyper fragile. Yeah, so
if you're right, you did it. You're done.
Yeah, I've experienced. I cannot talk tonight. I said layover earlier. I've experimented with the hyper fragile in these smaller tournaments. So I've got multiple pit bulls and hound dogs still finishing up. I've experimented with the hyper fragile, and I'll tell you what, I don't mind the way they look. And sometimes I'll get like 2 to start, like say I get CMC and an A chain, and then I think when I got Jacobs or something, and so then I'm just drafting 4, get 1 a little later, like before by like round 9 or 10. But yeah, the hyper fragile I'm not mad about. And I haven't done it yet. I think I've done it once or twice in BBM, but I'd like to do it of my 75 BBM. I'd like to have at least 5 or 6 of those. Cause I just think, what if this is the year where running back stays healthier? And these guys, they're going later, and you're getting Henry in the 3rd round, Pacheco in the 4th round, Jacobs in the 5th round. It's just like there really is a situation. Barkley is going now later in the 2nd, 3rd round. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's absolutely insane, and it's so difficult for me to tap Jahmyr Gibbs ahead of those guys. Like, that workload is going to be so, like, literally double the rushing attempts.
Yeah. You mean the attempts for Barkley and Henry and those guys?
Well, Barkley and Taylor over Gibbs. I mean, Henry's another really good example. I think that maybe Henry and Gibbs should probably swap ADP. I think that would be a lot more of a fair price for Gibbs, because the Lions want to run the ball a lot.
Yeah, they do.
They didn't add another big name at receiver. They're just riding with Amon-Ra and Jameson. And they lost Josh Reynolds. If they have less weapons at receiver, they haven't added anybody back, and they're just going to ride out with what they have, which gives me hopes that, hey, Gibbs can be something in the passing game. But why would they run him into the dirt? Why would they give him more than 15 touches a game when they're going to be competitive no matter what, and they're going to have David Montgomery that they're going to lean on?
So do you have a ton of Montgomery then? Since you
do, yeah.
Okay, that makes
a lot more Montgomery.
Sense.
Probably closer to 15, 16, 17%.
Yeah,
but
I think
the problem with Montgomery is
that makes sense. Yeah.
The problem with Montgomery is that he's kind of like that first tier of, oh no, I need a running back. Oh no, I need to start getting off of receiver.
Yeah.
So I really like to get in on running back closer to like Kenneth Walker, Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, like that ADP.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I agree. I don't usually like to wait till like the 70s or 80s to start. So yeah, it's fun talking about these different running back combos, because you'll see so often that people, yes, you can't fall behind at receiver. And honestly, I don't love my last 3 receivers in this draft, but as long as you still keep up with that pacing, I talk about it every show, basically, as long as you can do whatever build you want, you can get creative. You can get some of these like top end running backs as long as you just don't fall too far behind at receiver and keep up with that pacing, I think. So.
No, absolutely. I've done a 4 running back build. It wasn't as elite as that would have been, like with
I think you should try to get one of those. Get that Barkley, get that CMC, that Barkley fall, and then look for like a Henry. I think
the one that I did had Barkley, Mixon, Mostert, Singletary.
That's good. That's a solid board. You can put like the projectable volume for all those guys is just
that was
super solid.
2-4-8-4 build.
Yeah.
4 tight ends as well.
Yeah, no, that's fun. I think mine have mostly been 3-4-8-3. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. No,
So
I like that.
I think I'm gonna have a little more fun with this, because I think mid to late August I do want to hammer the 0 RB even more, and then I'll take shots on these later running backs, like these RB2s that we'll know more information on, like Vidal and all the rookies, all these rookies, like where are they really, what is their role? We'll know a lot more here in 3 weeks or so.
Their costs will continue to fall, as they always do, the closer we get to the NFL season and farther away from the draft. So
you think even in preseason, some of these guys might still fall? I mean, some will go up if they get like preseason.
No, absolutely. What's a good example? Let me pull up.
Unless they crushed it during the one example I'm thinking of where they rose was Dameon Pierce. I could not keep up with Pierce his I almost said his freshman year, his rookie year.
Maybe Brian Thomas. I know he's pretty popular. A lot of folks are in on him, but I think a reality might set in.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But now the good thing with only 3 preseason games, and some teams play it a little closer to the vest and cautiously with how much these guys play, that if people don't see like a massive preseason display, then that'll help with the rookies and stuff. And because more what we care about is like, where are they running in practice? Are they running, you know, are they showing that they are being reported truly as like the RB2 and stuff like that?
So yeah, I would say Ladd McConkey and Brian Thomas, they're at ADP 70. I definitely think they could each take a like 5 to 7 pick hit. Brian Thomas, just based off of competition. I think just the more we get closer to the NFL kickoff, there's going to be a clear realization that Palmer and McConkey are going to be more of a duo than like one's going to be an alpha over the other. And Jordan Palmer or Josh Palmer, his cost.
I've been taking a lot of both of them to be.
No, I've been taking a ton more Palmer. I have 22% him and 2% McConkey, but that's also because Palmer has been so much cheaper. He's been one of the top risers in the market. Adonai Mitchell, I think, will fall. I think his ADP at 119 is a little bit too high for just speculation. I mean, Josh Downs is also right there at 133.
Yeah, I like Josh Downs better. I haven't been taking Mitchell.
Downs could be an easy riser. I've taken 1% Mitchell and 0% Downs. So I'm more of a Michael Pittman guy.
Yeah.
Jalen Polk, easily a fall. I mean, any Patriots receiver at any moment could fall off the cliff. Roman Wilson has been one of the biggest fallers, and he already.
It's wild to me. I thought then these obviously the recent athletic reports are making him fall more, but it makes me just want to buy more because unless a crazy Ayuk trade happens to the Steelers, which that just doesn't seem like the Steelers to do that. So I'd be shocked, but who knows? Unless a crazy Ayuk trade happens, that's the only way I see Roman Wilson not having like a really good opportunity to get.
They keep saying he wants to stay in San Francisco, and that's been my firm belief is that San Francisco just won't move him. I don't think the market's going to do them any favors.
I was going to say that the San Francisco shouldn't because you know they're in their massive window to win it all, obviously.
Yeah,
so it doesn't.
What are you going to do? Go get some picks to win the Super Bowl tomorrow? Like that's not going to work.
I think it would have to be some kind of trade back with another receiver, to kind of.
I mean, but is there any disgruntled receivers out there that want a new home that are like itching to?
Someone on Twitter made a good point about it wouldn't be the craziest thing, but I don't know how it'd work out contract wise with a Devontae Ayuk switch, and
that would be crazy.
And it's Ayuk's younger, so they can just build a big contract, give him what he wants. He wants the big contract.
No, I don't think so. I mean, you can fire away your receiver.
But Devontae desperately wants to, try to chase a championship, and no other better place. If he can't do it with Aaron Rodgers, his buddy, and no other better place to do it in San Francisco.
He grew up like a big Raiders fan. Would he go to the Bay?
I mean, this was just a Twitter speculation. Okay, I mean, that's all it was. It was a Twitter, and it was the one where I was like, because like the other ones, I don't know. Like you said, I think San Francisco. It only makes sense for San Francisco to get something back this year, and so that would be the only way where you'd be like, okay, well, they get Devontae Adams. That would make sense for them.
I think they would do that. I don't think Devontae Adams would approve that trade, though.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
I have to ask. So, did you watch the receiver documentary?
I'm up to episode 6.
Okay. I mean,
I haven't finished it.
So you're mostly through with the Devontae stuff.
Yeah.
His big narrative is he knows the age is creeping on him, and he wants to chase that championship that he didn't get with the Packers, and so that would be the only
demand a trade to the Chiefs.
Well, everybody's saying the Jet. Did you see Aaron Rodgers on that celebrity golf tournament? Said I can't wait.
I look forward to playing with him again.
Playing with Devontae again. So people were like,
what?
Oh my God, that would.
What could the Jets
Garrett Wilson shares so
possibly
bad.
offer? What could they possibly offer them?
There's no way the Jets have the cap space to pull that out.
I mean, even if they did, what would they take? Again, what are the Raiders going to take so that these two can be best buds again? I mean, I think from what I've taken away from the documentary, dude's a Raider. Dude's going to stay a Raider. They love him. Okay. He loves them. Yeah. I mean,
I was going to say he loves Antonio Pierce. Yeah.
He loves Antonio Pierce.
He loves
him and Max Crosby are like twins.
Yeah, they're twins. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, it's like his childhood team. Like he wanted to go there for a reason. So
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, wanting to win it all. I mean, it's really easy. You get your agent to pick up the phone with the best teams that are out there. I mean, I guess it makes sense for what the Niners have. But I just don't know if Devontae Adams moves the needle that much more than what they already have with CMC and Ayuk and Debo. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like that significant of a change.
It's just like how much
affect the offense in not the best way.
I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, ultimately, probably nothing will happen for either Devontae or Ayuk, which is funny, but unless there's like an in-season injury that then causes an in-season trade or something like that.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting. If Garrett Wilson got hurt, I could definitely.
Oh, don't say it. We can't even put that in the universe with my exposure.
I just drafted him, so if there's anyone that's allowed to say it, it's me. But I draft a ton of them every year. So
yeah, I draft a ton of them. Yeah, I just absolutely and I'm so excited to see him and Aaron Rodgers this year.
No, absolutely. All right, we are going to head on out then. Appreciate everybody following along with us. Anything to share, Megan, before we dip out of here?
Yes, tomorrow. Well, again, I mentioned the strategy show that Steve and I did. It's I believe episode 98, the one before this one. Late tight ends, late round quarterbacks to consider. I think Justin and I probably drafted some of them tonight. So check that show out. It's a quick strategy show. Tomorrow, Friends of Best Ball is at 6 p.m. with Jim Waller. He won the $75 Pit Bull, $120K last year. Actually lives in Baltimore too. So we need to get a Best Ball happy hour going here. But Jim Waller at 6 p.m. So grab a beverage, join us for Friends of Best Ball and a live draft with Jim and I.
Awesome. Yep. Check in for that tomorrow. Andrew will be back next week, and we will be ripping some drafts. Enjoy the beach, buddy. We're out of here. Take care. Be well. Be good. If you can't be good at it. We'll see you.